Do you have these big, ambitious life goals that you're genuinely excited about chasing? Maybe it's starting your own business, learning a new language, or finally getting into the best shape of your life. There are days when you feel completely unstoppable, filled with a surge of motivation and a crystal-clear vision of your future success. You map out the entire plan, you can almost taste the victory, and you feel absolutely certain that this time, things will be different. You feel like you're on top of the world, ready to conquer any challenge that comes your way. But then, just a few days later, that incredible momentum seems to have vanished into thin air. You find yourself back at square one, staring at your to-do list, with a sense of dread instead of excitement. The motivation that felt so powerful is now just a distant memory, replaced by an overwhelming urge to procrastinate, to do anything other than the very thing you were so passionate about. You might scroll through social media, binge-watch a series, or suddenly decide that your entire apartment needs a deep clean. This cycle of high ambition followed by a complete lack of action can be incredibly frustrating. If this frustrating cycle sounds familiar, I want you to know one crucial thing. You are not lazy because you are incapable or fundamentally flawed. This isn't a character defect or a sign that you don't want your goals enough. In fact, it often happens to the most ambitious among us. The very people with the biggest dreams are often the ones who feel the most stuck. The issue isn't a lack of desire, it's a fundamental conflict between your conscious ambitions and the ancient hardwired programming of your brain, a system that has very different priorities. Your brain is simply doing what it was meticulously designed to do over millions of years of evolution. Its primary directive is survival, which translates into two core principles: conserve energy and avoid potential threats. It constantly scans for the path of least resistance, the option that keeps you comfortable, safe, and predictable. This ancient operating system once helped our ancestors survive in a world of scarcity and danger, but in our modern world, the same system that ensured our survival can now quietly and systematically sabotage our biggest dreams and aspirations for growth. In this video, we'll explore why this happens and what you can do about it. The first and perhaps most fundamental reason we procrastinate is that our brain is biologically programmed to hate discomfort. Think of your brain as an incredibly efficient energy-saving device. Its main goal is to keep you alive using the least amount of metabolic resources possible. Any activity that is new, complex, or requires sustained mental effort is flagged as expensive in terms of energy expenditure. Your brain by default will try to steer you away from these costly activities and guide you towards things that are automatic, easy, and familiar. This is the path of least resistance, and your brain loves it. This biological drive is what neuroscientists often refer to as the brain's tendency to seek homeostasis, a state of stable, comfortable equilibrium. When you think about tackling a difficult task, like studying for a challenging exam or writing a complex report, you are essentially proposing a disruption to this equilibrium. Your amygdala, the part of your brain that processes fear and threats, can actually perceive this difficult task as a mild form of danger. It's not a tiger chasing you, but the anticipated struggle, the potential for failure, and the cognitive strain all trigger a subtle fight-or-flight response, which manifests as that feeling of resistance we call procrastination. Let's look at a classic example that I'm sure many of us have experienced. You have a big exam coming up, and you've blocked out the entire afternoon to study. You sit down at your desk, open your textbook, and suddenly you're hit with an overwhelming urge to do something else. You notice a few pens are out of place, there's a bit of dust on your monitor, and your bookshelf looks slightly disorganized. Before you know it, you've spent the next 2 hours meticulously cleaning and organizing your entire workspace. Your desk is now immaculate, but you haven't read a single page of your textbook. This isn't a coincidence. It's your brain executing a clever bait and switch. The task of studying is cognitively demanding and uncertain, representing a significant energy cost. In contrast, cleaning is a task with clear, immediate, and satisfying results. It provides a sense of accomplishment without requiring the same level of deep mental focus. Your brain successfully tricked you into choosing the more energy-efficient option, giving you a small hit of dopamine from the tidying, all while avoiding the discomfort of actual, difficult work. It's a classic avoidance tactic, perfectly engineered by your own survival instincts to keep you in your comfort zone. When struggling to get started, the 5-minute rule is your secret weapon. Just promise yourself you'll work on a task for 5 minutes, no more. It's so easy, your brain barely resists, and once you start, you'll often want to keep going. The hardest part is starting. Make it easy with just 5 minutes. The second major reason ambitious people stay lazy is that our brains are wired to crave immediate gratification. This is largely governed by a powerful neurotransmitter called dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good chemical, but it's more accurately described as the molecule of motivation and craving. It's released not just when we experience pleasure, but also in anticipation of it. Our brain's reward system is designed to release dopamine when we engage in activities that, from an evolutionary perspective, are good for survival, like eating, socializing, or seeking new information. This system drives us to repeat those behaviors. The problem in our modern world is that we are surrounded by an endless supply of what I call cheap dopamine. Social media feeds, streaming services, video games, and junk food are all engineered to provide instant high levels of stimulation with very little effort. Scrolling through TikTok, for example, delivers a novel and potentially rewarding video every few seconds, creating a continuous loop of dopamine hits. Your brain learns very quickly that these activities provide an immediate and reliable reward, and it begins to crave them, pushing you to choose them over other, more beneficial long-term goals. Now let's contrast this with the process of learning a valuable new skill, like playing the guitar or learning to code. These are long-term, ambitious goals that promise significant rewards in the future, the ability to play your favorite songs or a lucrative career in tech. However, the initial stages of learning are often difficult, frustrating, and offer very little in the way of immediate reward. You have to endure sore fingers, confusing syntax errors, and a feeling of incompetence long before you experience the satisfaction of mastery. Your brain, being a rational reward seeker, looks at the two options. On one hand, you have TikTok zero effort, guaranteed instant pleasure. On the other hand, you have learning a new skill, high effort, delayed and uncertain pleasure. From a purely biological, dopamine-driven perspective, the choice is obvious. Your brain will relentlessly nudge you towards the immediate reward, even if your conscious, rational mind knows that the long-term goal is far more valuable. This is why you can have a sincere desire to learn a new skill but find yourself defaulting to mindless scrolling instead. You're not weak-willed, you're caught in a dopamine trap that your brain is not equipped to handle. Engineering your own rewards. So, if we can't eliminate our brain's desire for immediate rewards, what can we do? The answer is to work with our brain's biology, not against it. We need to become architects of our own reward systems. The first strategy is to consciously link your effortful tasks with a small, immediate reward. This is a technique known as temptation bundling, popularized by researcher Katie Milkman. The idea is to pair something you want to do with something you need to do. For example, you could decide that you're only allowed to watch your favorite Netflix show while you're on the treadmill. By doing this, you're essentially hijacking your brain's reward circuitry. The anticipated pleasure of the reward, watching Netflix, creates a dopamine spike that can help motivate you to start the less pleasant task, like exercising. You can apply this to any goal. Maybe you reward yourself with 15 minutes of guilt-free social media time after completing a 45-minute study session. Or, you enjoy a delicious cup of your favorite coffee only after you've written 500 words of your novel. By creating these artificial and immediate reward loops, you make your productive habits more attractive to your dopamine-seeking brain. Another powerful technique is to break your big, intimidating goals into tiny, achievable wins and then consciously celebrate your progress. A goal like, write a book is so large that the final reward is years away, making it very difficult for your brain to stay motivated. But a goal like write one paragraph today is small, manageable, and can be completed quickly. When you achieve that tiny goal, you must take a moment to acknowledge it. Give yourself a mental pat on the back, put a big check mark on your calendar, or tell a friend about your progress. This act of celebrating small wins is not trivial. It's a way of manually triggering a dopamine release. Each time you acknowledge your progress, you're telling your brain, hey, we did it. This is a good thing. Let's do it again tomorrow. Over time, you create a positive feedback loop where the act of working on your goal becomes inherently rewarding in itself. You're training your brain to associate the process, not just the final outcome, with a feeling of accomplishment and pleasure. This makes it much easier to show up consistently day after day, focus on winning the day, and let the weeks and months take care of themselves. Number 3. Fear of failure makes you delay. Fear of failure isn't laziness, it's self-protection. Your brain wants to shield you from disappointment, so you procrastinate, endlessly planning and preparing instead of acting. You tell yourself you're not ready, needing better gear or more research, but really, you're avoiding judgment. This perfectionist paralysis keeps your dreams as ideas, never reality. You're not lazy, you're just scared. How do we break free from perfectionism? The answer: embrace imperfect action. Finished beats perfect. The goal isn't a flawless masterpiece, just get it done. Put your work out there, flaws and all. Every creator you admire started with a rough first attempt. Take that small, imperfect step. Finished always beats perfect. Number 4, decision fatigue drains motivation. Every choice you make, what to wear, what to eat, which email to answer, uses up your mental energy. By the time you reach your most important work, your brain is already tired. It's not laziness, it's the cost of 1,000 tiny decisions, leaving you with little energy for what truly matters. The solution here is to systematize your life, protect your focus, protect your decision-making energy by building routines and systems. Eliminate trivial choices, like what to wear or eat, so you can focus on what matters most. Steve Jobs wore the same outfit daily to save mental energy for big decisions. Create routines for your mornings and evenings. Schedule deep work and batch similar tasks to reduce decision fatigue. Design your life for focus and success. Number 5. Sometimes, ambitious people feel stuck not from laziness, but because their goals are simply too big. When your dream is massive, like writing a book or building a business, it can feel paralyzing, not motivating. The brain gets overwhelmed by the sheer scale, defaulting to procrastination and easy distractions. It's not laziness, just the weight of your own ambition. To solve this, I recommend the power of one small step. When your goals feel overwhelming, stop looking at the mountain, just focus on the single step in front of you. Break your big goal into tiny concrete actions. Today, just write 200 words or send one email. Small steps, done daily, build momentum. Focus on today's task, one small win at a time. Number 6. Your environment encourages laziness. Your environment is a powerful force shaping your habits. If your workspace is cluttered with distractions, phones, snacks, notifications, laziness becomes the path of least resistance. It's not just about willpower. Your surroundings prompt your actions. Instead of blaming yourself, notice what's around you. Change your setup, and you'll find it much easier to focus and get things done. The solution for this is, design your environment for success. Make your desired actions easy and obvious and distractions hard to access. Put your phone away, block distracting sites, and set up your space for focus. Want to read more? Leave your book where you'll see it. Want to run? Lay out your clothes the night before. Curate your space, and success becomes the path of least resistance, automatically. Number 7. Motivation is unreliable. We often wait for a surge of inspiration before starting, but that's a trap. Motivation fades when things get tough or boring. Professionals, athletes, artists, creators don't wait to feel inspired. They rely on discipline and systems, showing up every day. No matter what. The secret isn't endless motivation, but building habits that keep you moving forward, even when you don't feel like it. That's how progress is made. Waiting for motivation is a trap. The real solution: build systems and rely on habits. Systems remove the need for daily decision-making. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like it?" your routine decides for you. Tiny, consistent actions compound over time. Consistency beats intensity. Build habits, not just rely on feelings. That's how you show up for your goals every day. Our final reason is perhaps the most profound. Your identity doesn't align with your goals. The story you tell yourself shapes your actions. If you see yourself as a procrastinator or someone who hates exercise, your brain will work to prove that true. Real change isn't just about new habits, it's about changing your self-image. Shift your focus from what you want to achieve to who you want to become. To change your habits, start by rewriting your internal script. This isn't about toxic positivity, but about shifting your self-talk from "I am" to "I am becoming." Each small action, reading a page, working for 5 minutes, casts a vote for your new identity. Over time, these tiny wins compound, and your new self becomes who you truly are. Your brain isn't your enemy, it's just following old programming, but comfort rarely creates extraordinary lives. Every small choice you make today rewires your brain for tomorrow. Start small, start now. Your dreams are waiting for you to catch up. Thank you for watching to the end. If you found this video valuable, please subscribe for more on mindset and growth. Keep building, keep growing. I'll see you in the next video.